Good morning. It's Friday, June 5th, 2026. My name is Terry Morgan, and we are here to practice Wudang Qigong. This class is intended for students. Tomorrow, I'll teach the same class for teachers. And Sunday morning, I will cover some of the philosophy and principles that are connected to this exercise and to all of the exercises that we're doing. So for this morning, we're going to cover Wild Goose Flying. This is the third set in Wudang Qigong. And I'm gonna talk about this for just a second because I just did something and I want to explain. In some of my travels, the best way to communicate, I was checking something over here, the best way to communicate numbers is with your hands. Because it could be different language. Okay, so 3, 3. This is also 3. This is also 8. All right. So it depends on which you want to pay attention to. This set is the third set. So 1, 2, 3 in the series. And it asks us to pay attention to connecting upper and lower. There are a couple of things to pay attention to as we practice, and I'm going to cover several of those in this set this morning. The idea of connecting upper and lower is something that especially beginning students struggle with. This is what I'm doing with my feet. This is what I'm doing with my knees. This is the set. This is what I'm doing with my hands, right? So I'm doing this with my hands and I'm doing this with my knees, and I'm going to that coordination that we want to keep as part of the connection between the breath and the movement becomes a little more difficult as we work with more complicated movements, as we begin to develop a greater sense of what we're doing in the move. From the perspective of a student who has just started, feet about shoulder width apart, hands at your sides. Breathe in, open your arms, and lower as you breathe out. What am I doing? What's a Qigong set? Yeah, but big bird flying. It is. That image, and I'm going to talk about this for just a second, and then we're going to practice. That image of a big bird flying is one that I actually tell students to go look for. Go, if you don't live in a place where there are large birds, go online and look at pictures, video, preferably video, of large birds in flight and taking off. What do they do? How does that movement work? This is anatomy and physics. Bird's anatomy is not the same as human anatomy. This is true. But there are some similarities, and particularly with this exercise, we want to pay attention to those similarities. There is a movement dynamic that we can use. It's not confined to bird species. We can use it. That idea that we can look at another creature and learn from its movement is pervasive in traditional Chinese martial arts. It's eagle, mantis. Where do they come from? From an eagle and a praying mantis. Watching how creatures in the natural world move. Tiger and Xingyi. I have dragon and tiger joined together in Qigong sets. I'll talk about that more when we get there. We have lots of creatures that are part of the canon in traditional Chinese martial arts. We learn from their movements. We do. Understanding that we can do that the physics behind it, it's physical movement, it's physics. The physics behind it can apply to what we're doing is part of what we want to learn. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. It's part of what the teacher needs to tell the student. Students trying to figure out, how do I do this? Just raise my arms? Okay, I'm talking about this. We'll do the set 2 times. So feet about shoulder width apart and just a little bit wider. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. As we breathe in the first time, palms up. Same as with pushing the mountain, and press down. Straight to the front. Both hands separate. Come up along both sides. Breathe in. Down to the knees. Breathe out. Both arms open. Rise up. And lower. Sink down. Breathe in again. Up along both sides. Breathe out. Sink down. And up. Extend the arms and sink down, settle. Both arms up and down. Pull up. Fingertips extend down. Crown of the head pulls up. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right, so just open the arms? No. That's something that I think everybody that has been paying attention to me understands at this point. That's the outward movement. That's the basic thing that we do. That's not all of it. So, on the physical side, how do we open the arms? That's where I stopped and said, well, I need to show this for a second. All right, pay attention to my shoulders right here. That's it. Raise the arms. No. No. The way the arms move matters. In that movement, in what I just did, right here, I'm only using this part of my shoulder. The muscle right here tenses, arm goes up. That's it, dude. It works on the other side too. That's not what we want to do. Right here along the back, between the shoulder blades, find your spine. Straighten. Pull both shoulders back as far as you can pull them. Try to connect your shoulder blades. So really pull them back. Pull the arms back as far as you can. Drop your head. And then roll your arms forward. So turn them, roll them forward so that your back becomes rounded and open through the center. And then do it again. Pull your head up, open the shoulders, pull the arms back, close the shoulder blades, pull the arms back as far as you can through the shoulders, and relax. Now, from underneath, from under here, raise the arms. The effort happens through the upper back and underneath the shoulder blades. That stretch that I just gave opens that all up so that as the arms move, and you think about this, both arms as if you're holding something here, lean forward. Lean forward. Now open. Same idea. From here, open. That movement is something that you should feel all the way down through the spine. All of the muscles in the upper back work to open the arms. It's not here. Understanding that matters for practice. It matters for working with the body, developing the skills. It matters for being able to relax and do the exercise. I talked about this before where somebody's got the posture, they're leaning forward like this, and they can't breathe because this area through the abdomen, right below the chest and just above the hips, is what we need to open as we're breathing. That's where the diaphragm, that's a space. Let me say this again. That's the space the diaphragm uses. So as we drop the diaphragm and open the lungs, as we move up and down with the diaphragm, we need to give it room to move. Okay, Doug, you can't move here. If I drop my shoulders, I drop my chest, and I close off the mid-abdomen, my chest is kind of sinking down to my hips. No. Open. That gives us the ability to extend the breath. In this exercise, we want to extend the breath as much as possible. This is a big movement. The arms open, the lao bone open, center of the palm right here, center of the palm opens. Both arms stretch out to both sides. The back opens, the head area opens, the neck opens, the bai hui pulls up, the hui yin pulls up, Yongchuan pulls up. Everything is open and light, and the feeling is as if we're flying. That's the feeling. It's light. And this is, and I'm going to talk about this for just half a second, then we're going to do this again. This is not something that is unique. This idea of being light, pulling up, is not something that is unique to this particular exercise. Ask any dancer about making yourself light. Okay? Particularly ask anyone who does partner work. So there's one person who's lifting the other person. Great. The person that goes up has to make themselves light. They're not supposed to make themselves heavy. No, full up. That idea of lift and being able to go up also gives us the ability to jump. Okay, I have zero ability to jump. My jumping skills are, but it's that idea that I didn't try to push myself up with my feet. I hooked up my shoulders, pulled up my chest, and went up. That lift comes from underneath, through the yin at the base of the torso, pull up through the hip, pull up through the waist, pull in, up, pull up through the crown of the head. There you go. It's effortless when everything is connected. Feet about shoulder width apart. Let's do this 2 times. Pull up through the crown of the head, connect the body, connect through the torso, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in again. Hands up along both sides. Breathe out, sink down. Hands down along both sides, down to the knees, and open. Notice my arms are rounded as they come up, and notice my wrist sets as I come down. Same as a bird wing. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, open, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Settle. Pull up. Sink down. Pull up. Sink down. 2 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Open the back and breathe out. Relax. Relax through the upper body. And palms up. Both sides. Press down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right. As we're moving, this idea open. I'm going to turn around. In between my shoulders. I'm exaggerating that a little bit. And if you had both hands on the back of my back, in my shoulder area, you would feel it. That opening. It's not so much opening my arm as it is opening through the back, under here, and allowing the arm to move. That ease of movement is something that we want to cultivate. The less muscle, the less effort we have to put into the movement, the easier it is to circulate the inner energy, Jing, and the inner breath, the Qi. If there's tension somewhere, I'm holding tension, right? I can't move like this. And my arms aren't going to go up, okay? This has to go. Right? Now I can move, right? That connection to being tense, being relaxed, the more we can relax through the movement, the more we can relax as we're doing the movement, the easier it is to circulate the physical breath. Just generally breathe in and breathe out. We don't get winded, we don't run out of breath. We keep going. It's okay, I need to rest a minute. No, we don't do that. I mean, somebody else might do that. We don't do that. Okay? If let's say you're going to run. I'm going to go do a 100-yard dash. After I get done, I'm going to stop and breathe. That's not what we're doing here. So relaxing as we move is extremely important. Again, for that inner circulation, for the breath, we're not trying to get winded. We're not trying to build in, well, we are trying to build endurance, but it's a different kind of endurance than what you get with running. So it is different. That development is part of what we want to pay attention to in practice. So relax, open. You see me smile from time to time, and that is also because as we smile, everything naturally relaxes. The facial muscles relax, the rest of the body relaxes, any tension that we may have starts to fade. Smile. I'm going to stop here for today. Tomorrow I'll be back. I'll talk a little bit more about this set from the teaching point of view. How to work with the student to develop these skills and to focus more on this connection between the Bai Hui at the crown of the head, the Hui Hin at the base of the torso, Lao Gong in the palms, and the Yong Chuan in the ball of the foot. Thank you. Bye.